G'day folks. A long time no update. I've actually been fairly busy and not busy. I was on leave last week and didn't do an awful lot, just hung around home and tidied stuff up, got projects done. Julian came over a bunch of times to work on things and have a bit of fun. It was a great holiday and relaxing. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. And now I've got to get back into it. There's plenty going on around here. I've been working on looking at some of the YouTube stuff. I know they've changed the layout again and they're talking about a tip jar edition, which I hope isn't. There's been a bit of discussion on that, and I'll turn it on because it's silly to leave money on the table when you're trying to run a hobby particularly off YouTube. But I just hope people don't take advantage of it and tell people to donate for this and that sort of thing, because there are plenty of people out there who will and are easily exploited for that kind of thing, and I really hope it doesn't go down that road. The tip jar idea is good for developing channels and just channels that make a living off YouTube. They don't run a day job like I do, so it's probably not a bad idea. I've had tons of people offer to donate stuff and send stuff, or just send me money. I don't particularly want to go into the taking donations thing. I have to work out how it works and where I stand taxation wise, because right now I'm still under the limit for hobby income and I'm not getting taxed for this, but it will very soon tip over that and I'll have to look at paying taxes on everything I get from YouTube. But at the same time, I could register this as a business and start claiming stuff like componentry, supplies, consumables, anything used in the creation of videos, like video camera equipment, lighting equipment, computers. I've got Adobe Premiere running on this PC now, which is a $20 a month subscription. I could probably claim most of that back for business expense. So it's a double-edged sword for the tax office. If they don't tax me, I just go about my business, but if they do, I'm going to start claiming stuff. So it could work in my favour or against. It depends how much they want to charge me in tax each year for doing this hobby. I don't want to have to pull the plug because I'm not sustaining it at all. Because it is fairly expensive. I've got another communications bill in, which is phone, landline, internet, mobile, and all that stuff, and it's about $200, and that's my average monthly bill. So it's fairly expensive, and that's where the tip jar thing would help. I just don't want it to get out of hand, particularly if they rank or list like top donors and things like that. I don't want people getting into a bidding war or anything like that, a donating war. I've seen it happen. I've donated stuff before, money on live streams and things like that, and it's real easy to get sucked into it. So I'm just saying, be careful if channels put that up. You don't even hear me say rate, comment and subscribe at the end of each video, because I just can't stand it. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not going to tell you to comment and rate my videos. You can do whatever the hell you want. YouTube's rating system's completely obsolete anyway, because likes and dislikes are still the same algorithm. There's no difference. If a video is 100% dislikes, it still doesn't lose its ranking or anything, as far as I know. It doesn't do anything. So, yeah, you won't hear that from me. But if it does happen and it does look respectable and it doesn't actually publish who donated what, I'll just turn it on. If people want to help support the channel, that's fine. You won't be buying videos. I won't take donations in exchange for doing custom videos for people. That's wrong. It's against what I do. I'll do videos if I'm genuinely interested in them. That's all there is to it. Every now and then I might be curious about something that someone suggested and I'll do it. But if I've got no interest in it at all, or I just know that it's not going to work from a physics or a logic standpoint, I won't do it. I won't tell you I'm not going to do it, but I'll just leave it by the wayside. Someone else can pick up the idea if they want. So yeah, that's where that's gone. As far as Adobe Premiere goes, I want to talk to Andy, Photonic Induction, about using that, because apparently he's having more issues with editing and it's just taking him way too long. It's not fun to do anymore. So I want to get in touch with him and see if I can get him onto Adobe Premiere. I know it's $20 a month, but it would be pretty good. So we'll open up this project. I like this PC setup. A nice big 24-inch monitor. But it's really easy to use just with the drag and drop and the quick cropping of video clips and things like that. I know he's doing green screen stuff, which would probably take a lot more effort. I'm not going to do that. To be honest, I prefer crude basic videos with or without tripod work. I mean, honestly, I hope he's watching, and if he is watching, honestly, man, if you're not enjoying doing what you're doing, just go back to basics. Your old videos were the best because there was so little bullshit and excess effort gone into polishing them and making them look really high-end. It's not much good if it's just dragging you down and taking forever to do. So, yeah. What can I say? Keep it simple. It's the old KISS approach. Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, it's just really easy. You just drag, drop, clip. This timeline's gone really long, but I just position the clips in there, drag the sliders to crop and collect what pieces of video I want, click on export and just belt it out as a MPEG file ready to go on YouTube. There's nothing to it. It's ridiculously easy. So, yeah. I had more trouble with Vegas. I bought a registration to Vegas and all that sort of stuff, and I had more issues with that. So, yeah, Adobe Premiere for the win. That's what I'll be using from now on. And I can combine multiple formats, even AVI files and QuickTime files and things like that. This doesn't care. I don't have to transcode the things to a different format before it'll even recognise them. I can shove any file type I want into this system, and it'll work with it straight away. It doesn't give a shit. That's all I want in an editing program. Quick and easy drag and drop cutting and cropping, and no file format issues. So yeah, Premiere's good. Another thing I want people to see, if you are into electronics and electrical equipment, and particularly power systems like alternating and direct current, this video is for you. I will pop it in the description. It's 2 hours long, but it's a detailed documentary on the life and times of the Westinghouse family and what they've come up with over the years, which is basically some of the most amazing creations known to man, or the most useful anyway, like bringing alternating current to the masses. Working with Nikola Tesla, creating the first alternating current generators, the first alternating current motors. Yeah, George Westinghouse Sr. and Jr. were both incredible people, amazing industrialists. So it's well worth watching. It also goes into the feuds and wars between alternating and direct current. Thomas Edison and all the crap he created and started with the battle for the currents, they call it, the battle for the currents. It's very interesting. And even some of Westinghouse's more obscure inventions, like there's work in the gas field, natural gas, train, obviously the Westinghouse automatic train automatic air brake, you name it. Anything to do with Westinghouse is on here, all the way up to where they started going into appliances like refrigerators, ovens, fans, everything like that. It's all there. Well worth watching. So yeah, that's a bit of what an afternoon. Oh, it's a fair length, 2 hours long, so it's a good excuse to grab a couple of coldies and sit down and watch it. The video quality is pretty good, and you can also buy the DVD by the looks of it. There's a link in the description. Yeah, George Westinghouse really did change the world in a big way, thanks in part to Nikola Tesla. Anyway, that's enough of that. This is going to be a fairly long update. I just probably won't be doing as many updates. It's just when I do pump one out, it'll be pretty long, provided this old battery holds out, because I don't have a spare, and this one it's only charging halfway now, and then the charger's turning off, so I think I've got a problem. Might be time for a new camera. As you can see, not much has changed in the shop. There's a separate video in itself. I went to the scrapyard yesterday and they had all this stuff sitting on the floor. Turns out it's from it's spares for a Mirage jet. So there's a lot of seals, O-rings, fuses, looks like spare actuator housings and rods, bits of servo motor, light fittings, lamps, fuses, 1980s dated Elna electro caps that have never been used. Lots of fuses, brush 5-amp fuses all over the place. Other random odds and sods, but I'll go through that in a detailed video. Lots of these things in these tubes, all wrapped up and sealed. I don't know why. They just look like a faceplate retaining screw or something, but they've got to be something more important to be that well sealed and packed up. Hydraulic rod seal rings. They look like piston rings. You name it, bits and pieces. There's an armature for one of the servo motors. There might even be enough bits in there to make one. 28 volt lamps. Just really cool stuff. There's heaps of it. It's completely unopened. I'll open that on camera unless somebody already punches in the number that's on it. Wouldn't surprise me if half this stuff comes up on the web. That's a stator housing. 4-pole stator. Anyway, that's all good. I'll do a video on that. Doomed ATM's going to get a separate video. I've done some sheet work and the door. Just going through roadworthy stuff with my ML270, aka Elise. She's proving to be a little more stubborn than I thought. I wanted to do suspension after the roadworthy, but apparently it's that far gone, it's got to be done now. So I've got to do rear shocks, which are a coil-over shock assembly. Lower ball joints, rear brake hoses, front steering rack ends and tie rod ends. I've already bought the tie rod ends and rack ends because Tyre Power told me that when they did the front ball joints and alignment, but they never got near the rear end, so I only found out about that when I went for inspection. It's going to get a little bit more expensive, but I wanted to put better suspension in anyway because the rear's a bit bouncy and it won't handle a big heavy trailer as well. So I want towing suspension, but it's just going to happen sooner rather than later, and it puts a bit of a hole in the budget at the moment. So I still need $180 for vinyl on this, and still have a few other bills and things to pay, so it's going to be pretty tight, but that's all cool. That's just part of running this project. I'll take my time. The worst thing is they've suspended the rego, because now I've gone past that 14-day. You have 14 days to get your roadworthy done. So I've gone past that now. That expired yesterday on the 10th, and now I don't even know how I can drive it around because there's unregistered vehicle permits, but there's no permit for a registration suspension based on getting a roadworthy. I'm thinking I have to take the plates off and get an unregistered vehicle permit, treat it as a completely unregistered vehicle with the plates off. But I don't know, I'll call Vic Roads and see if I can get an extension of maybe 2 weeks, but I doubt it. Yeah, because driving on a suspended registration is just as bad as not having one. They will slap me with a $600 and something fine, basically the price of a year's rego in one fine. They are vicious around here. So yeah, I'm not going to try that. But that also makes it hard because I can't tow my trailer now. I might have sold the Fairmont a wee bit early, but I've got other solutions to that. I mean, if Terry hadn't just put his Terracan in for detailing, I would have gotten that for a little while. But it's in for detailing and going straight onto Gumtree, classifieds for sale. I think the sooner he gets rid of it, the better, given the diesel injector problems he's had. And speaking of which, I do still have that injector from it that I'm going to tear down. Yeah, that's next. A few teardowns, that's what we've got to do. Get back into doing teardowns and get some of this stuff out of here. Another thing that's going to put a hole in the budget if I can't fix it is this scale's gone out on the mill. It just flickers between 0 and 0.005 no matter how far I move the table, so that's going to come out and get cleaned up. If that doesn't change anything, it's $300 to replace it. So that's going to wait. It just means I won't have Y-axis anymore on readout. I'll have to mark everything out by hand. Not too bad considering I don't use it for anything super precise. It's just a bit of a pain in the butt if I want to do a bolt pattern on something. It's really easy to do like a 4-bolt pattern on something if you already know what pitch you want. Oh well, like I said before, it's going to get a bit slow but still interesting. It's just a matter of putting money where it's most needed. It'll only be a few weeks anyway. I'll have pretty much everything done by the end of the month, I'd say. It'll be able to buy more consumables and things. That's basically all I'm cutting back, is just consumables. Project parts, like I'm not spending money on any useless projects or machinery and equipment that I don't immediately need, but that's about it. So overall things are still really good. It's just the end, that time of year when bills keep rolling in, and trying to register 2 cars at the same time just gets a bit expensive. So yeah, all good and fine. I'm going to bid you farewell and hope you enjoy the afternoon, because I'm rambling really badly now, and that's a sign that I'm way too tired to be doing this. Actually, I'm probably not too tired to tidy up and get ready for some autopsies. That's going to be good. I've got some interesting stuff to tear down and some interesting stuff to sort through, because that is supposedly all from working on Mirage jets. Anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.